welcome to Hip Openers Part 2. So, we are going to take out the flow a bit today and just slow it down and really zone in on the hips. So when you're ready, lying back onto your mats, my favourite starting position, take your arms out wide, soles of the feet together, and just start to settle yourself in. So we're slowing it right down today. We might do a little flow, but mostly just nice and chill. So start to settle into your breath. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And notice every time you breathe in, the stomach rises. Every time you breathe out, it releases. So we're going to come back to the breath quite a bit today. Feeling the shoulders are heavy. And we're not forcing the knees out, just let the knees, the hips open naturally. Let's take the arms over the top of the head. And just keep a bend in the elbows. Let the hands, the wrists be soft. Bring the knees together. And we're going to take both knees over to the left side. And just pause here, allow yourself to release down. Try and keep the chin tucked in if you can. So we're twisting through the spine. Again, connecting to the breath. And then roll both knees to the other side, to the right side. Allow the knees to release down, the feet are down. Breathing deep into your belly. And then coming back to center. You can keep the arms over the top of the head if you want to, or take them out wide, depending on your space, whichever you prefer. We're going to take the feet out to the edge of the mat, or take the feet out a bit wider than the hips. Knees are tall, so we don't want the knees dropping into the middle. And keep the left leg still. We're just going to focus on the right leg to start off with. So we're going to draw the right knee all the way down towards the left foot. Squeeze the knee down and then lift the leg all the way up. So again, the knee comes all the way down to the foot and then lifting back up. One more time, all the way down and lifting up. Let's do the other side. So the left knee comes all the way down and lifting up. Breathe in as the knee comes down. Breathing out as the knee lifts. One more time. Really squeeze the knee down towards the floor so you feel a little release in the top of the hip. And coming back up. Let's do that one more time. So the right knee comes all the way down. This time squeeze the knee out a little wider. Come back to center. Go again. So the knee comes all the way down to the floor. Squeeze the knee down. And then squeeze the knee all the way out. One more time, all the way down, and then all the way out. Same on the left side. So the left knee comes down, squeezing, and then squeeze the knee wide. Breathe in as the knee comes down. Breathing out as the knee goes wide. Once more, all the way down and all the way out. Good. Let's now bring the soles of the feet back together. We're going to bring the right leg in towards the chest. So squeeze the knee in. And you can stay here. If you want to, you can take your right hand, reach for the left foot, and then draw the left knee down towards the floor. You don't have to hold on to the foot if that doesn't feel comfortable. But squeeze that right knee towards you. Squeeze the left knee towards the floor. You're going to feel a nice deep stretch into the front of the hip, into the quad. Take a deep breath in. deep breath out. Start to release. Soles of the feet come together again. Let the body settle as we come to the other side. So take the left knee towards you. Again, if you want to, you can stay here or take the left hand to meet the right foot and draw the right knee down towards the floor. So you'll find the knees then facing towards the end of the mat. Big deep breaths. And then slowly release. Let's hug both knees into the body. Lift the head, the shoulders, curl into a ball. And then just gently release down again. Let's keep hold of the right knee. Extend the left foot all the way out, but don't let the foot touch the floor. Keep pressing through the heels so the toes are active. And breathe deep into the belly again. Let's roll the right knee out to the side and then squeeze it all the way into center. So breathe in as you roll the knee out. Breathing out as the knee rolls in. Keep that moving a few more times. Just bringing a little movement into the hip joint. Keeping those joints nice and healthy. And then when you're ready, just place the left foot to the floor. So really press the whole of the foot into the floor. Bring the right arm to the inside of the leg and lift the heel up to the ceiling. So you want the knee to be dropping down to the side of the body. And again, just press that left hip down so the left hip doesn't lift. You can stay here, or you can extend through the left leg and push the heel away from you if it's not too intense on the hips. Slowly release. Let's come back to our starting points and knees into the chest. Gently release off, rock from side to side. And we'll come to the other side. So hold on to the left knee, squeeze the left knee in, extend the right foot all the way out. So press through the heel, really extend the leg all the way out. Shoulders are soft. Big deep breath in. Deep breath out. Let's roll the left knee out to the side and then roll it all the way into center. So every time we move a part of the body, try and connect that to your breath. So you breathe in as you roll out, breathing out as you roll back in. You can do it the other way round, doesn't have to be in that order. Just do what feels right for you, but just connect to your body as you do it. One more time. Coming back in, place the right foot to the floor, so bend the knee a little, and then take the left arm to the inside of the leg, reach for the sole of the foot, and lift the heel all the way up to the ceiling. So the knees dropping down to the side of the body, shoulders are soft. And you can stay here or again extend through that right leg and push the heel away from you. Try and press this thigh down into the floor as much as possible. Slowly releasing. Bringing the knees in. Squeezing, lift the head, the shoulders, and then gently release down. let's roll to one side and just make your way to a seated position. So we're sat on the mat with our legs out in front of us. And just have a bend in the legs to start off with. So you're sat evenly on both seat bones. Feet, legs are hip distance apart. And we're going to hold on to the backs of the legs. Sit tall through the spine. So lift up through the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe out, just fold forwards against the thighs. Let the forehead release down. You can let the arms drop down. But don't let the knees drop in. Keep the legs parallel to each other. Feel your breath moving into your lower back now. So as you're breathing in, feel your lower back expanding. Feel it releasing as you breathe out. You can stay here or you can reach the hands to your toes. So lift the toes. Either hold on to the toes or take the hands all the way around. Allow yourself to release down and push the feet away from you. So you start to stretch into the upper body a little. Slowly releasing. Extending the legs all the way out. And we want the legs to be active. So keep pressing through the heels, toes pointing up to the ceiling. Lift tall through the spine and we're going to interlock the fingers and we're going to draw circles towards the feet. So we're going to roll forwards and circle back. And each time you come forwards, try and reach the hands even further away from you than last time. And as always, connect to the breath. So breathe in as you roll forwards, breathing out as you roll back. And you'll start to feel the stretch into the backs of the legs a little here. You're warming up into those hamstrings, into the calf muscles. Once more round, and then change direction, go the other way. Once more. And then lifting all the way up. So let's draw this right knee in towards us. So you want the foot to be flat to the floor. Squeeze the foot in nice and close. Keep that left leg active. The left arm is going to hug the knee. And we're just going to twist to the side of the room. So keep the right hand close to the hip. We don't want to end up leaning too far back. So lift through the crown of the head. And feel your tummy muscles drawing to the side of the room. Coming back to center. We're going to take the foot over the top of the left leg. Again, keep the foot close, but you want the foot to be flat to the floor. Same thing. So the left arm hugs the knee, and we twist just to the side of the room. And squeeze that knee close towards the body. You want the knee to come towards you. Try not to fold towards the knee. That's where you're going to feel the stretch happening. Into the glute, into the outside of the hip. And back to center. Let's take the foot back over and bring the foot into the thigh. Left hand comes behind the hip. Right arm reaches up and we're going to reach to the outside of the leg, ankle or to the foot. So we did this stretch on Monday as well. It's probably one of my favorites. So release the forehead down. And again, you get a really nice stretch into the lower back as well as into the hips. You get stretch into the back of the leg as well. It's probably one of the stretches I do quite often. Slowly release. Let's bring the knee back to center and extend all the way out and come to the other side. So Left knee comes all the way in. Draw that foot in nice and close. Lift up through the crown of the head. Right arm hugs the knee. And we're going to twist to the side of the room. So turn the chest, turn the tummy all the way to the side. Coming back to center. Take the foot over the top of the thigh. Again, draw it in nice and close. Same thing, hug the knee. Draw the knee towards you and twist all the way around to the side. Coming back to center. Again, let's take that foot back into the thigh. Knee goes wide. So really press that knee out to the side, keeping that right leg active. Right hand behind the hip. Left arm reaches up tall and then reaches to the outside of the leg, ankle or the foot. Forehead releases down. Use this right hand as an anchor, so press the right hand into the floor and it just helps encourage you forwards. It's not forcing you forwards, just helps deepen the stretch a little more. And then slowly release. Let's just cross the legs for a moment. Sitting tall. Just taking a moment to settle the body and to be still. You can close the eyes. Let's inhale to reach the arms all the way up to the ceiling. Exhale as you fold forwards. So let the forehead release down. You can bend the elbows. Notice every time you breathe out, you sink a little bit deeper. Slowly lifting. Let's bring the soles of the feet together now. So you can keep the feet a little further away from you. If it feels more comfortable, bring the soles of the feet a little closer. Interlock the fingers and just make yourself comfortable so you can rock from side to side. Move the knees. Allow yourself to settle in any way that feels right. Lift tall through the chest. If you want to fold forwards here, you can. So you can take the elbows out wide and let the forehead release down. And then slowly sitting up. Let's come over onto our hands and our knees. So spread the fingers wide. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck the toes and we're going to push up and back into our downward facing dog. So you can keep the knees bent if you need to. Push the hips all the way back. And then if it feels comfortable, just allow the heels to drop down towards the floor. Lift the right leg, three-legged downward dog. Try and keep the leg as long as possible. Pressing through the heel. And then bringing it all the way back down. Left leg, so a nice long leg, extend through the heel. Three-legged downward dog, sorry. Really press into the hands, push the hips back. And then place the foot back down. Start to tiptoe the feet to the hands. And just release into your forward fold. So soft knees, release the forehead. And again, bend the knees as much as you need to let the abdomen rest on top of the thighs. We're going to walk both hands round to the left side. And then walk both hands round to the right side. Coming back to center. When you're ready, slowly come all the way up to your mountain pose. Finally made it to a standing position. We're going to come sideways onto the mat. Nice big wide stance. Heels slightly facing out, toes slightly tucked in. Tool through the body, shoulders are down, and we're going to fold halfway. So just come to a long flat back. Draw the chest forwards. If that feels comfortable, bring the fingertips to the floor. But if that doesn't feel comfortable and you end up arching your back, just keep your hands to the hips. Now we're going to release all the way down to the floor. So if you need to, just bend the knees a little so the fingers, the hands come to the ground. Release the forehead all the way down. And you can walk the hands back in line with the feet. Slowly lifting. We're going to walk both hands to the left leg. Fold against the left leg. And then walk both hands round to the right side. Hold on to the outside of the leg or the foot. Releasing down. And then come back to center. We're going to bend the left knee this time and just walk the hands over to the left foot. So allow the hips to sink back. And if you can, bring your arms to the inside of the knee and push the knee out to the side. You also want to make sure that the right foot stays planted down to the floor. Don't let the right foot lift. You can stay here, or if you want to, you can now lift the right toes and sink all the way down. So keep the toes active, push through the heel of the foot, and then slowly come back up. So come back into your wide-legged forward fold. Let's come to the other side. So bend the right knee. Again, push the right knee out wide. Hips sink back. And you keep that left foot pressed into the floor. Keep the spine long. And don't forget to breathe. When you're ready, you can lift the left toes and sink down. You start to feel quite a nice deep stretch here on the inner thigh. And then slowly come back to center. Let's start to heel toe the feet in a little more. Come all the way so your feet are under the hips. Just come into a nice deep forward fold here. So let the forehead release down. And you want to think about pressing your seat bones up to the ceiling. If you want to tuck the fingers under the toes or tuck the hands under the feet, you can. To really deepen down through the stretch. Feel the belly lifting and the spine lengthening. Slowly release. Slowly lifting. Let's come back down to the floor. So coming back onto your mats, onto your back, knees come in. We're going to start with both feet to the floor. Let's bring the right foot on top of the left thigh. And then take your hands behind the left leg. So we're squeezing that left knee towards us, and the right knee is going to be pushing away. And then to get a little deeper stretch here, just lean ever so slightly to the left side. And then come back, slowly releasing. Come to the other side. So the left foot comes on top of the right thigh. Tuck the hands behind the leg. Squeeze the right knee towards you. The left knee presses away from you. See if you can squeeze that knee in a little closer. And again, to deepen it, just lean to the right side ever so slightly. Slowly coming back to center. This time we're going to come into our full happy baby pose. So we're going to take both arms to the insides of the legs. Reach for the soles of the feet. If that doesn't feel comfortable, just hold on to the ankles. And we're going to lift the heels all the way up to the ceiling. Knees dropping down to the sides of the body. And if you want, you can take a little rock here. Slowly releasing. Let's bring the soles of the feet together. Take the hands around the feet, or again, if it's not comfortable, just stay holding onto the ankles. Squeeze the feet towards you, and we're going to push the knees out wide. So we're squeezing the knees out, feet draw in. Slowly releasing. Keep the knees hugged close. Arms go wide. And let's lower both knees to the left side of the room. Turning the head to the right hand. If you've got space, which I haven't really, you can lengthen the top leg. So the right leg you can straighten. You can let the foot rest to the floor, or you can hold on to the toes. But try and keep the thighs together if you can. And you want to encourage that right shoulder down into the floor. Just pause here for a few breaths. So breathe deep into your tummy. Just starting to wind things down a little. Very slowly starting to release. Draw the knees to center. Keep them hugged in as you roll them to the right side. Head turns to the left hand. And again, if you've got space, you can lengthen that top leg. Either letting the foot rest to the floor or hold on to the toes. Big, deep belly breaths. And when you're ready, roll the knees back to center. You can take the soles of the feet to the floor, or you can stretch the legs all the way out. So we just take a few breaths here, just as we finish things off. So really bringing your awareness to your breath and your body. So again, as you breathe in, feel the stomach rising. It's creating space. As you breathe out, feel everything releasing down. Allow the body to be heavy. Feel the shoulders, the hips, just melting away underneath you. And we bring our focus to our breath, because it just helps keep that mind a little bit quieter. Gives us something to focus on, rather than allowing the mind to run wild. Very gently bring the knees towards you. We're going to roll over to the right side. Just pause here for a moment. You can use your right arm as a pillow. Just before we come upright, just settle yourself again. And then using your hands to help lift you. You can keep the eyes closed if you want to. Just make your way to a seated position. Crossing the legs. Sitting up tall. Lifting through the crown of the head. Shoulders are soft. Bring your hands to your heart center. Take a deep breath in. Deep breath out. Bow the forehead to the fingers. Again, take a deep breath in. And a deep breath out. Thank you to everyone who joined me today.